Servus Männer, it's Red Pill Germany again. As you know, the US election is over, but the counting is not really done and there is a legal battle ahead of them. Even though the media declared that Joe Biden will be the next president, technically he is not yet, and Donald Trump has not accepted his defeat yet. There are many irregularities that are being reported, witnesses and so on, so it is not that clear yet. Nonetheless, many heads of states have congratulated Joe Biden for his successful campaign, and also Angela Merkel, for example, as well as many others, congratulated Joe Biden, and they see him now as the next president of the USA. The Mexican president, however, is a little bit more careful. He says that he cannot congratulate any of the two candidates yet before these questions are resolved. And that is a very good attitude, I think. In the conservative patriotic camp in Germany, there is a lot of commotion right now because the AfD leadership has congratulated Joe Biden already. Via Twitter, Mr. Gauland and Mrs. Weidel were already posting their message to Joe Biden. So many people in the patriotic camp are really angry at the AfD at the moment, and they cannot understand why these two politicians choose to do that when the question of who will be the next president is not really settled yet. And you have to remember, of course, that there is a conflict in the AfD for a very long time between the patriotic elements and the globalist cucked elements. And I think now we all know where Gauland and Weidel are standing. Now they do mention later on that there are some open questions and they have faith that these questions will be solved via the courts, but why choose such a headline? Why congratulate Joe Biden at all at this point already? There were many negative comments under that tweet, and some people even threatened with leaving the party. But maybe this is exactly what Gauland and Weidel want. They want to purge the party anyway, so why not get rid of these people now by prematurely congratulating Joe Biden? As a response to that, many AfD politicians said that they would never congratulate Joe Biden, no matter what the courts say. To them, there is clear evidence of fraud, meddling and impropriety. So is it true that the AfD congratulated Joe Biden? Well, yes and no. The leadership did, but they caught a lot of flack for it, and a lot of politicians and the party base are really angry about this. So I think the AfD has a lot of homework to do. They must get a better leadership. I know that Gauland was very important, but this is clearly a mistake. And as I said so often already, if the AfD is not a patriotic party, if the AfD wants to be part of the mainstream somehow or part of the globalist establishment, then we don't need the AfD. Then we can just have the CDU or the FDP, the Cuck Party, Liberal Party. Yeah, those parties are just the same then. I think the temptation is just too big once you are in Berlin, once you are at the Bundestag. You see the huge sums of money you can make and the new flashy friends that you have when you are just agreeing with what globalists, bankers and industrialists are telling you to do and say. But once again, that is not why anybody votes for the AfD. Then you can just vote for the Green Party. Or if you want the Warburg Bank to get more taxpayer money like in Hamburg, you can just vote for Mr. Scholz from the SPD. Maybe they see it as some sort of reparations, I don't know. I could go on and on with that. My point is just, if the AfD is not patriotic, German and not mainstream, then there is no reason to vote for them in the first place. And the delegates of the AfD should be very aware of that when they elect their next leaders, whenever that will be. The party really needs an assembly, a convention right now in order to sort this out. But because of, well, I would say two main reasons, that has not been possible yet. One reason is that it is increasingly hard for the party to get a venue even under normal conditions, and now these decrees of Angela Merkel and the state governors for this pandemic that we apparently have right now has made it almost impossible. And the CDU themselves, they want to have now an online party convention or something to declare who's going to be their next chancellor candidate. So you can imagine for a party like the AfD that under normal circumstances has already problems booking a venue, this becomes absolutely impossible, and the only way to do it would be online. And they have to do that also in order to get their social policy program on the way. And I would strongly suggest to vote in a new leadership that is clearly pro-German, pro-European in the literal sense and not pro-EU, and who understand who we are up against. So yes, the AfD in that sense did congratulate Joe Biden to his election as president, but it is not the AfD. It was those two people from the AfD leadership, and they caught a lot of flack for that. And when you saw the replies and the reactions to that unfortunate tweet, you can still see probably that there is some hope left for the AfD in Germany, that some people there are not yet absolutely brain dead or have flipped sides already. Okay, that was my quick update, and I just wanted to tell you what is going on in the AfD at the moment and what all this fuss is all about. Catch you guys again later, I hope. Servus, Kameraden.